Sounds
So
good.
if you're all wanting to listen to part 2, we still have a lot left to go. So
Yes.
we'll,
Are you saying Bund? What are you saying?
but
Welcome back, Dad. Where's Christian? Come on, buddy. Oh, what's up? How's it going? So for those just tuning in, my buddy Christian and I are talking about our trip through China, which happened late 2014, in November 2014. We went through our experience from Hong Kong, which was a bunch of walking, hiking, eating some noodles, me getting into a little bit of an argument with some bartenders, seeing a giant Buddha, taking some cable cars, taking public transportation. What else did we do? We had some of the best ramen that I've ever had in my life. So tasty. And some late nights. Apparently, Christian went out and did some clubbing. That was not my thing, so I did not partake in that. So there he is. Welcome back, buddy.
I don't club. All right, I'm not a clubber.
you're a clubber. You're a club kid. Club rat.
Not a club kid. All right.
All right, well,
All
what
right,
did we
we're
say?
back.
We're back. So, where were we?
Oh, I was shanghaied up north at a knitwear farm.
So we did, got to Shanghai, overlooking the Bund, talking about the skyline. Did we,
Are you saying Bund? What are you saying?
Bund, B-U-N-D, the Bund
Yeah, what is that?
River. It's a river that went through,
I don't think that's what it's called.
no? Fact check.
Fact check. I have the Huangpu River. Huangpu.
Let's see here. The Bund. What? No. I see the inlet that it's because it was, what was it, the Bund River, you remember the Bund River excursion or whatever? That weird thing, the tunnel that we went underneath the river?
I think we're both right.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see yeah. For whatever reason,
Interesting.
the Bund, let's see here. Oh, maybe that's just like the part of like the skyline.
Yeah.
The historic 1,500-meter long waterside promenade. Okay. Okay, so the Hungpu River. But the Bund itself is part of is that glorious looking skyline, which
There you go.
they have a little tour that goes underneath the river. You remember that thing? That was trippy.
I sure do. And kind of corny, but I loved it. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, it was definitely corny. The best way I can describe it is if you were to hop on Willy Wonka's trolley.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You know what I mean? It was just a
Yeah.
bunch of weird lights. It wasn't that fast. It was really, really slow, maybe 15 minutes or something, but a lot of more neon, a lot of LED,
They love
and
their
just like
neon.
it was pretty trippy. It was a lot of fun for what it was, but not as not as like enthralling as it was made out to be.
Sure.
But still an experience I'm glad that we had, and something I'm glad that we did.
So that night we went out to dinner, and I wanted like an authentic Chinese Shanghai place.
Yep.
So I believe we just walked, and our first place was closed, so we just kind of winged it after that.
Yeah.
And we found this place, a little hole in the wall, and we sat down, and we were the only ones in there except for a big table of Chinese men.
Yep.
And one of them, about I'd say 9 or 10, one of them had their shirt off. A big guy, big belly.
Yep. Big dude.
And I remember he kept slapping his belly. And this, I later found out in research, there's a lot of pride in being the drunkest one in the group. It's a point of pride. So what you do is you take your shirt off and you slap your belly to show, hey, I'm the big dog here. All right, boys, if you want to come after me, this is what you're gonna have to do. If you're as drunk as me, take your shirt off and slap your belly around. And that's tough to do.
That is.
I believe they bought us Budweiser beers. Then we bought them Budweiser beers. I believe I drank both yours and mine.
Yeah. You
And this
definitely
place
would
was
have.
super mobbed up. Like I feel like they were just all mobsters off for a night or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it
We
definitely
had
felt
also
that
ordered
way.
like the Shanghai chicken, and I'd never eaten chicken with so many bones in them. It was just
The
all bones.
the littlest bones.
And this is when we heard the story.
Yeah.
Remember the story?
Was where they? Well,
Here's the story.
the story that I remember is all of the street vendors in their frying oil.
Yeah.
Is that what? Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the one.
that's the one. So the story is, which we heard this from a guy that we eventually ended up meeting at some weird bar that you took us to
The
after a
next bar,
jazz
yeah.
night. Yeah. So we found out that, it's all hearsay at this point, not confirmed, couldn't fact check it, but all the street side vendors post up shop right above the drains and manhole covers,
The sewers.
the sewers, because what they can do is scoop all the oil. What they do, they drop buckets down in the sewer, get the whatever's down there, the sewage, and then scoop the oil off the top of it and use that to fry up food.
There was that
Right.
one. The one that I remember the most was, don't see a lot of cats around here, do you?
Yeah,
So
that was
the vendors will feed the cats all their bad meat and stuff they can't sell, fatten the cats up, kill the cats, and then feed people like
Yeah.
us. Like I remember eating. I felt like there was a lot of bones in that meal that night.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that it was chicken. I got to be honest with you. I've eaten a lot of chicken in my life, a lot of it.
Yep.
They never had those certain bones, so I
remember
I could
having
be
said
I could
that.
be convinced that I had a cat that night.
Yep. Right there with you. That was definitely something. I do remember the bones, an exceptional amount of like little rib bones and
Yeah, little joints and
Yep.
cartilage.
Yep. It was a weird meal, but I tell you what, it was good.
It was good.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. Don't
It
know
was
what I
good.
ate. That's ignorance is bliss in this situation, I think.
Yeah, let's
Um,
not figure it out.
I don't want to.
Leave it there.
Um, but I don't remember if this was the same night, but we ended up walking around and we found another street market. You remember this, where it was just like a
Oh yes,
bunch of gypsies with all their like goods out and about.
yes. The Shanghai and Beijing night markets are world renowned
Something to explore if you ever get a chance.
for sure.
So we definitely
any
did.
major city really. You're gonna. I mean, this is what they have wet markets. This is where the Corona thing started, man.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have wet markets, dry markets, any kind of market you want. And did you eat anything crazy that night? I remember I did.
I had a scorpion.
We both had scorpions.
We had both had scorpions.
Yeah, and they were wiggling around.
Yeah. Yeah, they were still alive.
They were.
There are a couple like
It
spiders.
was gross. I mean,
Yep.
I would still eat. Here's the thing. I would still eat a scorpion over a guinea pig though, because it didn't have the smell and it didn't linger with me for weeks.
Yep, same. Yeah,
Uh,
the guinea pig's still probably one of the worst things that I've ever eaten.
yeah, guinea pig was worse than a scorpion. So the scorpion's still wiggling on the stick, and you're like, what do I do? And the guys just like bite the head,
Just yeah,
and then eat the thorax. And the thorax
yep,
was gross. It's all gooey. It's just
yep.
goo.
I remember it. I don't even want to say it. I remember it popping.
Yeah, it was like
Bit
a
into it.
gusher.
Yep, that's exactly what it was with
And
scorpion.
I remember the
guts.
scorpion stinging my throat on the way down.
You liar.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Makes for a better story, though. Come
It
on.
does. It does. So the scorpion
Hey.
stung you on the way down, pinched you.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
do remember, yeah, there being a bunch of snakes, I think there was like shark.
The snakes were rock hard. They're petrified. I don't
Yeah.
understand how people would eat those. I think it's more of a novelty, but if people sell these bugs, I think more than anything, it's just bugs.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah. Crickets. I forgot the
moths,
crickets.
a
Yeah.
lot of those. Grub
Yeah.
worms, potato bugs, you name it, they sold it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of protein in there, I guess. I don't know.
There-
You got to step outside of yourself to be like, is this what people eat?
And I don't know. I think
We eat snails and we call it a delicacy.
that's true. That's true. Isn't it? Yeah, that's a good point. Well, either way, we ate some scorpions that night. And I don't plan on doing it again.
No, that was not going to happen.
That was a one and done type
But
of
I
thing,
mean,
I believe.
we're
Experience
still
I'm
gonna
glad that I
have
had though.
we're still gonna have to try some crazy shit. I mean
Yeah.
that's part of the fun. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
of
is he gonna
course.
eat it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, that was gross.
Yeah, yeah. Now we know.
Yeah.
If you ever wondered what a scorpion tastes
The
like,
thing is, it's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
You're not going into it like, oh shit, this is all
I can't
bacon.
wait for
This
this.
is gonna taste like bacon.
Yeah, no joke. I don't know what we were thinking.
We were thinking, let's eat a scorpion because we're never gonna do it again. So
Yep.
we're young, dumb, and we're full of scorpion.
Yep. Yeah, we sure are.
And
Sure
that's how
were.
that limerick ends.
So, after our night market experience, this was something. It was still kind of warm. Like Hong Kong was hot. I remember it being sweltering.
Right. Well,
especially
China's
for
a
our
big
hike.
fucking place, man.
Yeah, and
Big country.
Shanghai, I remember as well, there was like during the day it got pretty warm.
Right.
So I got wonderful legs, and
Great legs. Yeah.
I wanted to show them off. So I was wearing shorts, and I don't know if you remember this, but there were so many people like visibly pointing at me wearing shorts, where many other people are bundled up in like winter coats.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely, I remember this. I would get. I mean, they would be looking at you. We'd be on the subway or be out to eat, and people would be staring and pointing. And then when you weren't listening or looking, I'd lean over and go, "Yakuza," and they go, "Ah, ah." It always made me laugh.
And that's why nobody messed with me.
Speaking of that, we had soup dumplings again for breakfast because there is no breakfast in China. It's just soup, everything. So we went to a dumpling place because, again, this might have started my love for xiaolongbao. Actually, that was in Taiwan. No, that's not. But anyway, we went to a soup dumpling place, and if anybody knows soup dumplings, you're supposed to poke a hole in them to release the pressure. So